What was the experience like for you having him come and see you play as an amateur?
Well, you know, I grew up at Scioto. Bobby Jones won the U.S. Open at Scioto 1926, obviously long before I was born. But my father watched him play when he was only 12 years old when he watched him play. He became my dad's idol. And so there was a lot of members that were at Scioto that were there when I started playing golf in 1950 that watched Jones play. So I always heard, oh, Bobby Jones hit it here, Bobby Jones hit it there, Jones played from here. Oh, he never parred this hole during the Open. Ninth hole was par 3, bogeyed it 4 times. Had a big elm tree that overhung the right side of the green, and he kept hitting the tree because he wasn't cutting it in, he was hooking it in, and his hook got stuck in the tree. Well, anyway, long story short is that when I started playing golf, that's what I'd heard. And so in 1955, I was 15 years old, and I qualified for the National Amateur. It was at the James River course, the Country Club of Virginia, and in Richmond, Virginia. And so I went down, and on the last practice round, I hit a shot into the 18th green. It was a long par 4. And there's a gentleman who was over in a cart beside the green, and I got a feeling he went at me like this. And he introduced himself as Bobby Jones. And so and he said, I've been here all afternoon, young man. Or not all afternoon, I've been here for an hour or two. He says, only 3 people have reached this green. He says, that was nice shots you played in there. I said, thank you very much, sir. And so.
And you knew it was Bobby Jones.
By that time I did. And so that night, he spoke at our banquet. And at that point in time, he was walking with sort of canes. That's what he could walk with because he had paralysis in his neck. And of course, it obviously destroyed his whole system and ability to walk. I don't know exactly what the disease was, but he couldn't walk. And anyway, he came down to me after the dinner and he said, Jack, just a second. He says, I want to come out and watch you tomorrow, play a few holes. If you don't mind. I said, oh, no, sir, Mr. Jones, that'd be very nice. So I kept looking over my shoulder, where's Bobby Jones? Where's Bobby Jones? And I was playing Bob Gardner, who turned out I'd played in the Eisenhower Trophy and the Walker Cup with Gardner later on. And anyway, I had Bob Gardner one down after 10 holes. And all of a sudden down the 10th hole comes this cart. And here's Bobby Jones coming to watch me play golf. I'm a 15-year-old kid, okay? I went bogey, bogey, double bogey, lost all 3 holes. He turned to my dad and he said, Charlie, I don't believe I'm doing Jack much good. He says, I think I'll get out of here. Anyway, I got back to even. I went from 1 up to 2 down, got back to even, and lost the 18th hole. So I lost that match.